Hi girls, let's start with the priority number one question, which is how to solve pulley and liver problems for end of the term exam. Let's start with the theory part first. In the theory, first you have to focus on the equations for livers and pulleys, which is very important. No one will give you how to solve the equations in the question paper. So you have to study, you have to memorize these equations. If you still don't know, please study it now. I will tell you a simple method how to memorize these equations. Let's start with the mechanical advantage equation. You have to study two different equations to find the mechanical advantage of a lever or a pulley. First one is called force equation. It's load force over effort force. Second one is called distance equation, which is effort distance by load distance. So if in your problem, check whether they gave you the load force value and effort force value. If both are given, you can find the mechanical advantage by solving this equation. Sometimes, mostly in liver problems, they will give effort distance and load distance only. So in that cases, you have to follow with this equation. So please study this one because this is very important. MA, mechanical advantage, is load force by effort force or effort distance by load distance. So let's start with this one. MA is load force by effort force. If you want to find the ideal mechanical advantage, it's very simple. Just put the I in front of MA and in front of EF. Then you will get IMA is equal to load force by ideal effort force. So now you can find ideal mechanical advantage just by putting I in front of MA and EF. If you want to find the actual value, just replace I from both sides with A. So now, without memorizing these things, if you memorize only this equation, you can find IMA and AMA from the same value. Final equation is efficiency. Efficiency is AMA over IMA. So, whenever you approach a question for levers and pulleys, please write on the question answer sheet on the right side all these equations so that you won't you won't use any other equations. Please write all these equations line by line, like MA is load force by effort force and effort distance by load distance, and IMA, AMA and efficiency. Then it will be easier for you to find the values. Most of the girls, they still don't know how to identify these values like effort distance, load force, effort force from the question. I'll tell you how. First one is how to identify effort distance and load distance in levers. Just look at the lever here. I have a fulcrum here, I have a load here, I have an effort here. The distance of the effort from the fulcrum or the fixed point is called effort distance. They will give you some values here, 8 meter, 6 meter, 10 meter. So you have to write ED, effort distance, as that value. And load distance is the distance of the load from the fulcrum or the fixed point. It will be 2, 4 or 3 meter. It can be meter, it can be centimeter. So just please be careful with the units. If they give you in meter, you have to put the values in meter. If they give you centimeter, you have to put the values for centimeter. So be careful on that. Next is how to identify load force and effort force from the question. So now you can see this one. Before I told you this is the distance of the effort from the fulcrum, 8 meter. This is the effort distance. Distance of the load from the fulcrum, 4 meter, is the load distance. How to identify load force? You can see the load here. You can see a value here with a Newton unit. And you know that Newton is the unit for force. Since it's written near to the load, it's called the load force. So load force is given in the question 150 Newton. So please be careful, read the question 2 times, carefully look at the diagram, then you will get a lot of values. Just put the values and then start solving the problem. And I hope you remember that for pulleys, there is a simple method to find IMA. IMA is same as number of support cables for pulleys. So how to find the number of support cables? Support cable mean the cable which is supporting your load. See the first figure. This cable is supporting your load, but this cable is not supporting your load. So here my support cable number is 1. So I put S is 1. Support cable number is 1. Look at the figure 2. Here this cable is supporting my load. This is also supporting my load. So I put as 2 because 2 cables are supporting my load. Look at the third figure. This is supporting my load. This is also supporting my load, but this is not supporting. So I have 2 cables supporting my load. So S is equal to 2. Again in this figure, this is supporting, second one is also supporting, third one is also supporting my load. So my support cable number is 3. This is a tricky one. See, look at this one. This is not supporting. So leave this one. This is supporting, this is supporting, this is supporting. So I have 3 cables supporting my load. So S is 3. And I told you that IMA for pulley is same as number of support cables. So instead of using the equations, if there is a question to find IMA of a pulley, just write IMA is equal to number of support cables and just write the value. So this is a theory for explaining priority number 1 question.